Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to fit an automatic air valve in a radiator. If you've got a rad that keeps on getting air in it, it can drive you bonkers. You forget to bleed it. I know we've all got our little keys to bleed with, but after a while you forget, and before you know it, the rad's going half cold, it's full of air, and it's a flipping nuisance. Anyway, I've got one of these. You can get them on eBay for £6, and it's a fully automatic one. It's a good company, Aladdin make these ones, and once you've fitted one of these, you haven't got to do anything else after that. You can just leave it and the air will be vented for you. I've got two to do. I've got to do one in this radiator, which I'm going to show you now, and on another video following this one there'll be one in how to do it in a towel rail, but they're both basically the same sort of job. I'm going to show you how to do the one in the radiator first. Here's our radiator. Now, one thing I must stress, you can only fit one of these type of valves if you've got a half-inch thread, a half-inch threaded nut. Now that's the cap end. On the other end of the radiator, if you come around here, the camera, you'll see we've got the usual bleed valve. Now it really is up to you. You can take this one out and just put the automatic one in, or you can take the cap out and still leave that one in, and then if any time you did want to, if the cap stopped working, at least you could still vent it. So I tend to take the cap out and have to, because I don't mind, but if you want to take the valve off, take it off. But it's a simple job and you only need one spanner. Okay, it's a real dodgy job. First we're going to turn the water off to the radiator on each end. Okay, mine's got a lot of one of these thermostatic valves down here, which I'm going to turn off, okay, to 0. And on the other end, you may have a lock shield. If you've got a lock shield, pull the cap off and just turn it off with pliers, but I haven't on this one. I've got an ordinary turn valve, okay, so I can just shut him down nice and easy like that. Okay, once that's off, we make sure then that there's very little water there. We get our air key and put it in our normal air vent there, and I've got a little container underneath to catch any water, okay, and it will run. You'll get a tiny bit, just get a bit of rag, a bit of cloth. Okay, and that's it. That's all there is. Now we'll go around to this side, because I'm going to fit mine on this end and keep that valve there as well anyway, just in case. Although they have got a good reputation, these Aladdin ones, that they don't normally leak. So I'm going to do this end. Now that little bit's run out, I'm going to put this pot over this end, because it will run down this end as it comes out. Okay, there's a little bit there, see it? And you can't help that, I'm afraid that's one of those things. We'll take a valve out, and we'll just lash her in. We'll take her out of the bag. We'll put about a bit of water, but it's already got a washer on it already. Okay, so we can get it straight in. Okay, thread her in, it's very simple, look at that, no problem. So as long as you've got something on the floor to catch the excess water that comes out, and it's still got a little square on it there, so you can get your spanner nice and easily on it, especially if you've got a little one like this. These ones are very handy for getting in tight places, but you can use a bigger open-ended spanner if you prefer, but I just like to use one of these. I've always used one of these and it always does the job. Okay, so you just tighten them in like so. Okay, you feel it go tight, that's it. And that's it now, because all we're going to do now is turn this one off. We opened. It doesn't matter if you change that one, don't worry about it anyway. If that's the one you've ordered and you put it in there because you don't want two valves sticking out, that's fine, don't worry about it, because it won't make a difference. It's designed to replace that anyway, just I like to have it on the other, I don't mind. What we're going to do then is turn it back on, and you can hear it bleed. Did you hear it go? You heard it self-bleed there. I'll turn this one on as well. Okay, clear up your little bit of water, and that's it. This little device now will keep this bled all the time. We won't have to keep bleeding it anymore, and you can forget about it, and it saves you a lot of energy, because if you get to bleed radiators, they gradually build up with air and it's costing you money. You're still running your boiler, it's still running and not heating up the radiator. So for £6 you can fit it and forget it. Okay, so I think it's well worth the money, worth doing. Okay, so another nice little tip from me, I hope helps you all out, everybody. Derek33 for all my videos.